MLB The Show really made strides as putting a lot of new Diamond Dynasty content into the game this year. My favorite, of course, is all the new flashbacks they put into the game. It really makes it so teams aren't just the same thing. But they also added a lot of new legends into the game as well. So here are 10 more legends and flashbacks that I really want to see in MLB The Show 17. Now some of these are kinda gonna be unlikely, but nonetheless there's still cards that I would really like to see, even if it's not really possible for them to be in the game. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. He would be such a cool card to have in MLB The Show. In 2000, he had his career high in home runs at 43. He knocked in 143 runs, 112 walks. He batted .328, which is very good. It wasn't quite his career high, but still very good. At 115 runs, he had a straight monster year. I mean, he'd be such a cool power hitter, a big, nice, bulky first baseman to just clobber balls out of the ballpark in MLB. Now for every player I made a rough sketch on their attributes for what I think is a possibility. Every card, every legend card on MLB, every flashback, it's based off 1 year. So same thing here, like I said, we're basing it off of the year 2000. We give him 83 and 89 contact, which is pretty fucking good. 92 and 98 power, that will just, he's a Big Hurt. You know, what do you expect, bro? What do you expect? He's gonna tattoo baseballs out of the ballpark. Also, he's got 72 vision, 90 discipline, 86 clutch, 19 speed. And of course his fielding isn't that good, but overall Frank Thomas, he would be such a great power hitter to use in the game. Now Willie Mays is one of those players that I more so doubt that we'd find be into the game, but that's not the point. The point of this is to find players that I really want to see in the game, and then you guys can also let me know down below in the comments some players that you guys would like to see in the game. It doesn't matter if it's likely or not, it only matters if you'd like to see them in the game. For Willie Mays, we're gonna take 1955 as his year. That year he batted .319, he stole 24 bases, he only struck out 60 times in 580 at-bats. Of course it was different back then. He did hit 51 home runs, which is very good. He had 127 RBIs, scored 123 runs. He had a very good year back in 1955. Now looking at what Willie Mays' stats may look like, we gave him 94 contact right and 86 contact left. Now the thing that was difficult about this is usually on all the newer players, I can go into their splits so I can more accurately represent what their stats may look like. But unfortunately, obviously, they didn't keep splits all the way back then. So we're going to have to do with how we can. Maybe you can find splits somewhere on players that old, I'm not sure. But at least I couldn't find them on what I was looking up. But 91 and 88 power, still really good. 86 vision, 75 discipline, 81 clutch. He's got 96 fielding, 98 reaction. Of course, he was a very good fielder. 84 speed and 81 stealing, pretty good as well. Willie Mays, a very old player. Would be really cool to see him in the game, but like I said, it's kind of unlikely. Ichiro is the lone flashback on this list, and I know what you guys are thinking. Why do you have a flashback Ichiro on there when there's already flashback Ichiro in the game? So this card, we're going to be basing it off of what I think would be his prime year, and that is 2004. Now that year, Ichiro had a career high in hits in 262. He only had 101 runs, which is kind of weird. He did have 8 home runs, which isn't that much, 60 RBIs, 49 walks, which was one of his better years for walking, 36 stolen bases. He batted .372 that year though, and he had stellar defense the whole year. Now taking a look at his attributes, his contact is going to be maxed out on both sides. I did look at the splits, and they were phenomenal. He didn't strike out much against either, and he hit very high. I gave him 99 on both. He did actually have pretty decent power against lefties. He didn't have that many at-bats. Well, of course, decent power, I mean in Ichiro's standpoint. 96 vision is very good. He does not strike out that much. 59 discipline, of course that is because he doesn't walk too much. 91 clutches, runners in scoring position, batting average was very good. Of course you guys know Ichiro is always a good bunter. 97 durability, he rarely got hurt back in the day and he played almost every game. 97 fielding, 99 arm, and 97 accuracy. He had a cannon back then, bro. He had a cannon. He was winning Gold Gloves pretty much every single year. And then, of course, 99 speed, 99 stealing. What else do you expect from a prime Ichiro card? The big unit Randy Johnson would be one of the most dominant pitchers that you could use in MLB. The year that we're going to use is 2001, when with the Arizona Diamondbacks, they did win the World Series against the New York Yankees. That year, his win-loss record was 21-6, a 2.49 ERA, which is very good. He had 2 shutouts and 3 complete games as well. His whip was pretty good at just over 1.01. His opponent batting average also really good, .203. And of course, you know Randy Johnson. He strikes out hella batters. 372 strikeouts that year for Randy Johnson. He did give up 19 home runs, which, I mean, to be fair, that is better than what he usually did. But, I mean, still, Randy Johnson, he had a outstanding year. Now, looking at what his stats might look like, I give him 96 stamina because I averaged it out. He usually goes around 7.5, 8 innings. And, of course, he does have a lot of complete games in his history. 87 hits per 9 is pretty good. Of course, we had to give him 99 K per 9. 84 walks per 9, it's decent. 78 home runs per 9 might be a little bit too high. 91 clutch. I always find it tough to gauge on where to put clutch on for starting pitchers. I don't really know what I can base that on. And then, of course, the control velocity and break. Kind of tentative. That's not really something I really work that much on. But Randy Johnson, like I said, he'd be your opponent's worst nightmare if you faced him. Now, some of you guys may know this, but Roberto Clemente is my favorite player of all time. Not only was he a great baseball player, he also is a great person. And if you guys didn't know, even the way he died because he was on a plane on a way to go help some people. And if you guys didn't know, Roberto Clemente actually died in a plane crash while he was delivering relief supplies to an earthquake that happened in the country of Nicaragua. The year that we're going to use for Clemente is his MVP year in 1966, where he had 202 hits, which was not quite his career high. He did have his career high in home runs, though, at 29, 119 RBIs as well, another career high. He did only walk 46 times and had 109 strikeouts, which that isn't that good, but of course it was different times back then. He batted .317, which is really good. 105 runs, he had 31 doubles, and he had 11 triples as well. Now, Clemente's stats, I'm going to give him a 96 contact on right and 87 versus left. Once again, Roberto Clemente was from 1966, that's the year we're using, and the splits are not available, so I'm going to kind of just have to see it as I see it. Of course, like I said, this is just averaging what it might look like. 65 and 71 power is respectable. Of course, he was never a huge power hitter. 76 vision's pretty good, 68 discipline, and 88 clutch. Now he's going to have 86 fielding, 85 arm strength, 91 accuracy, 81 reaction, pretty good fielding, 72 speed, 60 stealing. Overall, a pretty good card in general, and like I said, he's my favorite player of all time. I would definitely pick this card up if I was able to. Mike Piazza will go down as one of the greatest power hitting catchers of all time. Of course, he just did get elected into the Hall of Fame this year in 2016. Well, last year in 2016. The year that we're going to use for Mike Piazza is in 1997, back with the Los Angeles Dodgers, where he had 201 hits, a career high for him, 104 runs, another career high, 40 home runs, which tied a career high, 124 RBIs, which, guess what? It tied a career high, 69 walks, which was not a career high, but it was close, 77 strikeouts for 556 at-bats for a power-hitting catcher. That is not that many. And he batted .362. He had a absolutely outstanding year for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, his stats that I modeled were 84 and 87 contact, which is pretty good, maybe even on the low side, But, I mean, if he had great contact, he'd be way too overpowered. 95 and 92 power, which maybe I could raise the contact a bit and lower the power. That might be what I should have done. 82 vision, 66 discipline, 79 clutch. He's got 89 durability, 91 blocking behind the plate, 83 fielding, 84 arm strength, and decent reaction and accuracy. 47 speed, of course. He didn't ever really blow anybody away like that, but Piazza would be a great catcher to have in the game. You didn't really think I was going to leave out the captain, did you? Derek Jeter back in 1999 is the year that we're going to use. He had 219 hits, which was a career high for him. 134 runs, which is a lot. He did actually strike out 116 times, which kind of surprised me. He had 91 walks though, so that kind of counteracts it. He batted 340, or we'll call it 350. He had 9 triples and 37 doubles, a lot of extra base hits, and he even had 24 home runs, along with 102 RBIs. My opinion, easily his best offensive year, and also a hell of a defensive player that year too. Now here we go, the stats for Derek Jeter, and I'm just going to say right now, I did not plan on Derek Jeter being a 99 overall, but I guess he's going to be a 99 overall. Like I said, this is not obviously going to happen per se. I mean, I hope it does, but he's going to be 99 overall, whatever. He's got 92 and 83 contact, which is pretty fair for Derek Jeter in my opinion. I tuned it down a little bit because of the strikeouts. 63 and 60 power, some decent power, can hit some bombs, 74 vision, 82 discipline, 92 clutch of course, 90 fielding, 88 arm strength, 83 reaction, 83 arm accuracy, 93 reaction, 75 speed, 70 stealing. Jeter, of course, he's not like the best hitting shortstop you can have, but he's probably one of the best combinations of defense, speed, power, contact, and of course, clutch. Now, Vladimir Guerrero was tough because there's honestly so many different awesome years that he had that we could have used, but I decided to settle with 2002. Now, that year he played with Montreal, and that year he had 39 home runs, 111 RBIs, 84 walks, which, if you guys have ever seen Vladimir Guerrero, that's pretty impressive. 70 strikeouts in 614 at-bats is really good. Played 161 games, 206 hits, 106 runs, 37 doubles, 2 triples as well, 40 stolen bases. He did get caught 20 times, and a .336 batting average, as well as being a really good defender. I don't remember who won the MVP in 2002. My bad, but that's a hell of a year. Now with stats here, of course he is on the Washington Nationals because the Expos are not a team anymore, but his stats is going to be 90 and 95 contact, very good, as well as 90 and 93 power and 86 vision. That is very, very good. He's got 84 clutch as well, 96 durability, 90 fielding, 95 arm strength, 91 accuracy, a very good defender like I said as well. 73 speed will get the job done, and 62 stealing. Of course we would like to put that higher, but he did get caught 20 times. But Vladimir Guerrero, he's honestly the combination of everything, and maybe if they do put him in, they'll also make it so you can hit the ball on the bounce back up from the plate after he goes down fishing in the dirt. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, in my opinion, would be the single-handedly best catcher to use in MLB The Show. In 1999, when Ivan Rodriguez won the MVP of the American League, he had 119 hits with 116 runs. He batted .332 in total with 25 stolen bases, only struck out 64 times in 600 at-bats. He only walked 24 times, that is simply amazing to me. But he hit 35 bombs, he had 29 doubles, and 113 RBIs. That is a great year, and of course you guys know, Ivan Rodriguez is one of the best defensive catchers of all time as well. So now taking a look at his stats, and they are juicy, man. They are juicy. 91 and 89 contact, that would be very good. 86 and 79 power, 91 vision. Of course the flashback Mauer is probably a better hitter in total. Probably a better hitter, but He doesn't have 96 fielding, 99 arm, 94 accuracy, 95 reaction, and 91 blocking. I'm pretty sure that would make him one of the best catchers, if not second to probably Yadier Molina. But of course he'd be a lot better hitter as well, and a hell of a lot faster. 61 speed and 71 stealing. This card would be so much fun to use in MLB The Show. Pedro Martinez is my second favorite player of all time, and man, if he was in MLB The Show, he would be a glitch. A literal glitch. Now, the year that we're going to use is 1999, but trust me, there is so many different years that we could use. I mean, he is just insane, bro. The year we're going to use, like I said, 99, 23-4. Of course, that doesn't really matter, but it's still very impressive. A 2.07 ERA. He had 5 complete games and 1 shutout, only allowing 160 hits at an opponent batting average of .205, a whip of .92. He only walked 37 batters in 213 innings, bro. And he only gave up 9 home runs. He was so crazy, and he had 313 strikeouts as well. This Pedro Martinez card would honestly be insane and overpowered. Now, what his stats possibly might look like is 94 stamina, 92 hits per 9. Like I said, his whip and opponent batting average very good. 99K per 9. That might be a little bit high, especially because that's the same as Randy Johnson. But 96 walks per 9. He would be such a good pitcher to control the ball. Of course, I have a lot of problems with that because I'm not good, apparently. 87 home runs per 9, very good. Clutch, 83, of course. Like I said, it's always hard to gauge where that would be good. And, of course, he'd have good break. Like I said, control velocity and break. I'm not really sure where to put those because I didn't single-handedly go into every pitch that he had and gauge what it was. But Pedro Martinez would be so good in this game, man. He would be so good. But that's going to do it for my top 10 list. Those are 10 legends, well, 9 legends and 1 flashback. It's kind of hard to find flashbacks because they pretty much did them all, which makes me wonder what they're going to do for next year then. Are they going to use some of the same players? Or I don't know what they're going to do. But if you guys have some of your own legends and cards that you want to see coming into next year, like I said, it doesn't matter who you say. You can say Babe Ruth. You can say Mariano Rivera, even though Ramon said that it's pretty much guaranteed never going to happen. Say whoever you want in the MLB that you would like to see in the game. I'm very interested in who you guys think. Of course, I mean, it might depend a lot on teams, but I don't know. Maybe there's some flashbacks that I'm missing. Maybe of course there's legends that I'm missing. I only did 10. And if you guys like this video and you want me to do another one, and if it does well, I will gladly do another top 10 list of 10 more legends and cards that I would like to see because, of course, there is a lot more than 10 former players that I would like to see in this game. Of course, a lot of this was based on my personal opinion, some of my favorite players, and people who I just think would be fun to use in this game. But like I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to smack a like down below. Comment, like I said, some players that you guys would personally like to see in the game. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and later guys, GomesDaLegend.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.